Stanislav, I don't want to have any risks when I'm putting my money into EB-5 investment program with the regional center. I just want to make sure that my money is safe. I'm getting it back in 5 to 7 years, as you say. So what are my options? Today, guys, we're going to be discussing this very important issue. And also at the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your EB-5 case. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, we're talking about EB-5 investment visa and all the risks associated with this type of immigration. But let's first remember, what is EB-5 visa and what's the difference between passive and active investment in this type of immigration? The EB-5 visa is a large investment visa for those of you who have the budget of $800,000 or $1,050,000. I'm not gonna go very deep into details of the differences and how much money you need to put in this or that. So remember those two numbers. So it's either or. And for the ease of understanding, I will be referring to the active investment where you have to invest $1,050,000. And I'm gonna say $1 million. It's too long, guys. My tongue gets tired. And the passive investment is $800,000. When we're talking about the active investment, that means that you open up a new company, a new enterprise in the US, invest initial amount of money. It's probably around $50,000 to $100,000, but you must have that $1 million on the checking account and a very detailed plan how you're gonna put that money in a business and create 10 jobs in the US within 2 years after the initial approval of your green card. So that sounds pretty easy, okay? So far so good. We must have a company, transfer the money in the company, start the spendings, have the business plan for 5 years, explaining how we're going to spend the rest of the money, and hire 10 American employees. And by the way, who could be the employee? It could be American citizen, it could be green card holder, or it could be anyone with the work permit in the US. And we need to get all those jobs created within the first 2 years after the approval. And once we get that, then we can get the second green card and the game is over. That's the end of the story. So that's the active investment. But we are mostly talking today about the passive investment, because active investment, you are controlling your investment yourself and you carry all the business risks. With the passive investment, you are giving $800,000 to so-called regional center. What is a regional center? Regional center is American company, usually a developer, okay, or the managing company of the developer, who has accreditation, a license from the US federal government to accept that type of money in exchange for paperwork that allows us to file for the green card for your entire family. And by the way, who is the family? Who is getting the green card under one petition? Remember, just one investment gets you the green card for yourself, for your spouse, and all of your kids below 21 years old who are not married. So that's the huge benefit. You don't have to file 5 petitions or how many kids you have, I don't know. So with this being said, once you get the approval for EB-5, that's how many people getting the green cards. Now, you give that money to the regional centers and they build hotels, they build restaurants, condos, malls, bridges, schools, whatever they do. And they're also doing that to resell, which means that your investment is refundable, meaning that anywhere between 5 to 7 years, probably even faster, you will be able to get all your money back with the interest. And interest could be paid yearly, annually, or at the end of this whole thing. So that's what the passive investment is, and I think this is one of the best ways to do things because you have no business risks, you get your money back, you get the green cards for your whole family, and most importantly, you don't have to do anything. Now, the question becomes, what are the risks to give the money to those regional centers? Stanislav, who are those people? I don't know them. I never met them. I'm not giving them that much money. And I don't blame you if you think like that. Look, I wouldn't give 1 penny to somebody I don't know, okay? But because this program has been in existence since early 90s, so 90s, zeros, teens, almost 35 years, okay? There are regional centers who established themselves with a high reputation in the field. And we work only with those type of regional centers. And besides, for each of their projects, and they have multiple projects, we do the due diligence. I have the 10 criteria list to assess each project. And the main criterion for me is how do they structure the finance of the project. Because if they heavily rely on your money, I do believe it's a high risk project. If they have the money from the bank, if they have money from other investors, non-EB-5 investors, if most importantly they have their own money in the project, when you throw your skin in the game, that's a little different. You care a little more about the success of the whole process. If they use your money in EB-5 investors, and there could be like 10 million from EB-5 investors, 20 million, just to patch the hole that they have to build whatever they want, that's a good project. However, the best project is when they have everything financed and they use your money to substitute the portions of the loan from the bank. And you'd be like, why, Stanislav? Why would they do that? And the answer is very easy, guys. Because the bank wants them to pay them 7%, 6%, 8%, 10%. Lord knows, a lot of percent. And those percent, they have the accumulative structure. So it's not like 1% difference you're going to pay. No, you're going to pay a lot more. What they do, they substitute the expensive money for cheap money. And your money is cheap for them because you're getting paid like maybe 0.5% interest, maybe 1%, up to 3%. So, but much less than whatever they're paying to the bank. So this is a huge benefit to them. And of course, the regional center is taking care of creating the 10 jobs. You don't have to do anything. So if you ask me, I'm a firm believer that actually going with the regional center with the passive investment is less risky than doing it yourself, than doing the active investment. And I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, like, wow, I'm giving my money to someone, and yes, they're refundable, but I don't get it, Stanislav. Right, so when you control your business, you're coming to the US, you have all the business risks. So if your idea does not fly for whatever reason, or if it demands more money because you didn't plan correctly, you have that risk, okay? And those guys, the regional centers, because they have the good structure of the project, they have the skin in the game, they create all the jobs, they have all the paperwork, you don't have to worry about anything else. You actually have much less risk because they're professionals. They've done it many, many times. I didn't mention, I think, the most important criterion for both active and passive EB-5 investments, and this is the proof of the origin of your funds. Okay, the proof of the origin. What it means, we need to show how you made that money, how that money been transferred from account to account, and whether you paid the taxes on those incomes. Okay, so regardless if you go with EB-5 passive or EB-5 active investment, we have to prove that you made your money legally and you have all the paperwork. And that's what takes the most time out of the preparing your petition. Now, Stanislav, okay, that sounds good. Let me know, how can I make the first step if I want to work with you, or if I want to know if I have the potential for this kind of programs? And that's really easy, guys. Go down below this video, find the link that's gonna say free evaluation of your EB-5 case. Fill out the form in detail. Give me a lot of details, okay? Within 2 days, I'm coming back to you with my initial analysis of your case and letting you know if you have that case, if you have enough evidence and enough paperwork to go through with your case, meaning that you have a potential to file it within the next 6 months. And if you do, then I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, where in 2 phases, I will build the winning written strategy for your case. Smash that like button if you enjoy my content, support me, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Also smash the bell button not to miss my new videos. And also I have Instagram and TikTok for those of you who follow people on those platforms. I am Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.